What's happening, traders and investors? It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap. Today's a recap for Thursday, August 5th. Also going to do the MJ sector review video as there wasn't a whole lot going on in the sector today, all in one. So as the topic of the day, we're going to be talking about a major bullish pattern on the daily chart for the S&P 500 and the record daily close. And the target on that is going to be 445 on SPY. So we'll look at that chart here in just a moment. But as we normally do, we'll run through some news and events on the day, and then we'll look at the broader market. We'll look at the crypto space and the MJ space. I'll also put some timestamps in the description below for your convenience. And make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel. All right, we'll jump in. So Dow rises over 200 points. And the S&P 500, as I mentioned, notches record close ahead of Friday's key jobs report. And also in terms of economic data, we had the initial jobless claims that came in today at 385K versus the estimated 384. So basically came in line, slight miss by 1K, but that's a better improvement than the prior reporting period as well. So taking a look at Toronto housing euphoria, it is fading as sales slump in July. So this is good as I recently sold a property and I'm all out of the real estate market at the moment. Still got my bags in stocks and crypto, as I do think that we could see one leg up, but I think that real estate is definitely peaking and going to look to just sit on it and wait it out for about 2 to 3 years and then look to buy the dip. So everything bubble continuing to inflate though. So in terms of earnings, I'm going to do a separate video here in just a moment with Beyond Meat, as that one's going to take a little bit of time, but I do want to spend a little bit more time on that Beyond Meat. So going to do a separate video. Virgin Galactic was up after hours here as well. There was some news about, Virgin Galactic jumped 6% after the company reported quarterly results, said that it will reopen ticket sales. The space company reported an adjusted EBITDA of $56 million in the second quarter, slightly above the prior quarter's $55.9 million loss. And revenue for the second quarter came in at $571,000. All right, so taking a look at the rest of the news on the day today. So EU regulators approved Bitcoin ETF by French fund. So that is sending some bullish momentum back to the bulls and the Bitcoin bulls, and the overall market responding very bullish to the news. And this is going to increase the odds that we could see the US potentially approve a fund here in the not too distant future as well. Also, just want to remind everybody that we have Canopy and Kronos earnings tomorrow morning, pre-market, and DraftKings as well. So moving on, Coinbase users can now buy crypto with Apple Pay. Found that extremely interesting, and we know that Google opened up advertisements again on crypto. So we're starting to see one by one all of the major big tech companies fall in line, and it seems like we're starting to see everything gear up for one explosive final move higher, in my opinion. Ethereum also launched the London hard fork, so that was live today. And again, I think that is adding to the bullishness in the market. So you can see here lots of green candles from the low of the day. It was all bulls. We had a 15-minute bull flag there on Bitcoin that confirmed. And right now we just have a pennant forming here at the moment. But I do want to highlight that XRP is a 2-day bull flag, and we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross there on the 2-day time frame, which would give us that follow through, and then we could be targeting about 95 cents to $1 here if that does confirm. But we need to break above resistance here at 76.9 cents. If we break above, actually 77.7 cents. If we break above that, we confirm that 2-day bull flag. And at the moment, whole sector following Bitcoin, but the whole sector, I do believe that we're going to see one final leg higher, and we're going to see alts far outperform Bitcoin. So taking a look at the overall broader market. So the S&P 500 record daily close today, and it's an ascending triangle on the daily time frame as well. So it looks like we're targeting about 445 here on SPY. And from this daily bull flag that was confirming, but ended up being a bull trap and it ended up being an ascending triangle rather than a daily bull flag, but we knew that target was about 450 on that daily bull flag. So this ascending triangle targeting about 445. I'd want to be a little bit more conservative, as we did have that little bit of a red flag there changing the daily trend, confirming a daily bull flag, but then straight into daily consolidation. So we're going to be a little conservative and target 445 here, maybe even 444 on this ascending triangle confirmation. But need to break the high of the day first thing tomorrow, or else it's just another bull trap at the moment. So this could even play out for another couple of days, another few days, well into next week. So going to see, we're down to 441.62 here after hours, but essentially flat. So going to see whether or not we can see some follow through into tomorrow and next week. So taking a look at the MJ space, so CGC, I mentioned yesterday that we could see a bounce leading into earnings. We had that key support here at 1805, and it was a daily inverse head and shoulders, but we got close down to that support. We came within the low here of 1827, so we came pretty close, but we ended up holding that support, and then today started the daily bounce. But again, what did we say yesterday? Daily EMA 12 was going to be on watch, as it has been rejecting the price now for 36 days. So again, today got above it, but failed to close above it. So right now, that's just a daily lower high. Anything under $20 was essentially a daily lower high, and set up for a potential daily inside bar into tomorrow. We are up to 1945 here after hours. So all eyes going to be turning to Canopy Growth here and see whether or not it can lift the sector. We also have Cron earnings tomorrow. Cron looks like we closed right on it on EMA 12, so 739. We closed at 741. So we did close just slightly above it, but we're back down below it here at 738 after hours. And the fact that Cron and CGC both didn't close over their EMAs, if we would have had both closing over their EMAs, I would have been a lot more confident in saying that we could see a bullish reaction tomorrow. Doesn't mean that we won't. It just means that it's slightly favoring a bearish reaction because of that EMA continuing to reject. But I know bulls basically trying to pull anything out of their hat at the moment because there's not a whole lot to be bullish about. But in terms of the overall broader sector, in terms of the sector and gainers and losers, so we had PCLO, CamTrust, and Oxley led the decline today. And on the bullish, we had KBEV, FAF, and OGI. So a lot of our major tier one names seeing some decent moves today. Hexo, daily bounce, got underway, but only broke the high of yesterday by 1 penny. So there's just no bulls to be found. And again, we continue to reject from EMA 12, and we've been rejecting from EMA 12 now on Hexo for 55 days. But we do have this bullish RSI divergence on the daily time frame, and we could be setting up for a potential daily inverse head and shoulders. We need to see that neckline come into play tomorrow or the next day, or else we risk just another potential daily lower high and a continuation of this daily downtrend. But we do have this price action with lower highs and lower lows, the price trending down and the RSI trending up, these higher lows and higher highs. So we'll see. We could be nearing a bottom at some point here in the next couple of days and maybe a week or two. But definitely going to be expecting a big bounce here at some point, especially on Hexo, based on how oversold we were on the daily time frame. Look at the lack of resistance here on the weekly time frame. From the low, we've got about 104% of upside before any real resistance there on the weekly. So I'm still extremely bullish on Hexo. And moving on to the US space, so in terms of the gainers and losers, we had TAUG, IAN, and TAT. And on the bull list, we had KBEV, FLGC, and Cura. Let's take a look at MSOS. I heard BAM potentially won a couple licenses today, but the company was apparently halted today. I did take a position in BAM, so going to be watching that one to see how that one opens tomorrow. But just want to highlight that BAM's also holding this monthly uptrend line, so not a bad idea to be entering at the moment if looking for a bullish position. Again, not financial advice, just my opinion and for entertainment purposes only, but I personally added to that position today. I'm going to look for some potential support and bottom fishing. So in terms of MSOS, on the daily time frame, we broke out from yesterday. So we mentioned that we had that daily trend change here, that mini daily high or low. And if you wanted to say that that was a daily trend change, I wouldn't argue with you. And then if we weren't confident, we're confident now as we went into daily consolidation, and then we broke out again to a higher high. So new daily high or low established here at 35.21. And then new support here at 35.55 as well. We'll be targeting EMA 26. We do have resistance from previous recent high here at 37.79, and we have EMA 26 there at 37.36. So going to be watching that mid $37 area on MSOS. But we're starting to see USMJ lead the way here, and definitely standing out as bullish compared to the Canadian counterpart. But again, all eyes on CGC and Cron earnings into tomorrow. All right, going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap and an MJ sector review. Make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel, tick the bell on your way out, and you'll be notified on any future uploads. We'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.